I've got the very romantic Laguna Beach sunset behind me, and yet I am standing here alone on the beach. In this program, we interview writers all based in the Orange County area. So if you are a reader or a writer or just like ideas and stories, please keep watching. We are just like the Housewives, except less failed fashion lines. All right, I'm excited to have our guest tonight. She is a longtime member of the Romance Writers of America. She's got stories published in a bunch of different anthologies. She is award-winning in several different romance writing contests, and she is about to complete a paranormal fantasy novel called The Witch Whisperer. Let's welcome Barb Delong. Hi, Barb. How are you?
Hi, Bethany. Nice to be here.
Nice to be here. Now, I'll start out with my trusty. I know you have a story and a story and a poem, and the truth that can't be told. Here's my trusty rusty copy. I'm going to start with your pieces in that. I'll start with the story first. The Truth's Curse. This is, I think, I love this genre. I think it's a paranormal. Is it paranormal fantasy?
Yes, it's a fantasy. Yeah, fantasy romance.
It is, and it just is such a rich world, and I don't want to give too much away, but just let us know, like, what was the genesis of the idea for this story?
Well, I wanted to follow the theme of the truth that can't be told. So I thought, okay, a witch's curse, because I write fantasy, so and I'm writing about witches. So I thought a witch's curse that someone cannot reveal to someone else that they have been cursed, and it grew from there. And other secrets are packed into the story as well, and further complicates things for my intrepid hero. It's in his point of view. It's in first person, the hero's point of view, first person all the way through it. So it's his agony that he's going through, and and it just gets worse for him as the story unfolds.
You know, what I really loved about it is I thought that, because I read a lot of this kind of thing, I like it, and I love romance novels and paranormal fiction. That's kind of what I read a lot of. And it's just the characters that you built and what they are and how they are, the world building. It was really cool to me, and I know it's not a precursor to The Witch Whisperer, but it made me so interested in, what is your upcoming book, because these worlds are so cool. What's your process in building a whole world?
Well, I research a lot. I've read so many paranormals, and I've taken a lot of craft on world building, and just let the imagination flow. It has to actually flow from the characters. I get the idea of the characters, and then I say, what kind of world do I put them in? The Witch Whisperer is contemporary, but they do go through a portal into a fantasy realm in that story. So it's paranormal fantasy, I like to say. And that world, I just started thinking how to make it not too foreign, and have some familiar elements in there, but some surprises too, like unicorns, for instance.
Oh, cool. You don't see unicorns in every paranormal fantasy story. And so you're in the process of The Witch Whisperer, or what part of the process are you in the novel?
Well, I finished the first draft in May of last year, and I have been editing it ever since. I got a professional editor to go through it. I've had beta readers, critique groups, and through all of that, and contests, and through all of that, I was just about ready to send queries out to agents and editors this summer, but I realized with some feedback that my opening needs some work. So I'm going back in, reworking that opening, and hopefully that'll satisfy me, because something told me, I got a gut feeling that the opening just wasn't working. And you got to follow your guts. So I am just doing that, and then I'll be ready to send it out, because I want to traditionally publish. So that's my goal.
That's great advice for anybody out there writing, just, you know, about following your gut and like, oh, is this right? Is this not right? And really like getting it to, without over laboring something, but following your own instincts in that way.
And you do have to know when is it done. You'll fiddle around with it forever. So you have to, at some point, let it go out into the world, or nobody else is going to read it. So at some point in time, I will reach that point.
Yeah, I think that's something I think about a lot, because I think that artists can get really caught up in evolving something and hanging on to it. And I think that we have to let people into our process a little bit. This is the book. If this is the book, it is this, and then the next one will be what it is. And there has to be a point, where
Right.
we reach.
Well, it's book one of a series, so it also has to fulfill a role of interesting the readers enough to go to the second book, so, and the third. So
yeah,
that's.
I love books in a series. It's like that. You get to that end, and it's like so satisfying, and then there's more to come, and it goes on. So tell me a little bit about, you've written a lot of romance stories and novels. Is that the first thing you started to write?
The very first thing, I was 10 years old, and I wanted a bicycle. And my city, Toronto in Canada, I'm from Canada, had a contest, I Love My Daddy Because, and you had to say it, you had to write it in 25 words or less. And your first 5 words were already taken. I love my daddy because. And I won that contest. And I've been trying to write 25 meaningful words ever since. So, yeah, I've just got a lot of stories that I've put away, a lot of books I've started. Get the first 3 chapters. It's a pattern for a lot of authors. That's how we learn to write. That's just how it goes. You have to write a lot and see where all this takes you. But contemporary romance I started with, and then I switched to paranormals.
Do you like, I like reading romance novels, and I like reading paranormal fiction novels, because I like it that there is a structure, but kind of innately, but then within that structure, there's a world, it's infinite possibilities. Right. Does that appeal to you as a writer?
Yes. I read so many novels, and when I was a kid, I loved the magic. The Velveteen Rabbit was one of my favorites. The magic of those toys coming alive, that stayed with me even into adulthood. I will get attached to something, and it's kind of silly, but I treat it like it could come alive. And all the magic in the world that you see is real. So that just keeps the fires going and my imagination churning along those lines.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And then, what a cool way to live, believing in magic. I think that's a good message. It's for all of us, look around and believe in magic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, I gotta talk about, speaking of 25 words, this is beauty. I don't know how many words this poem is, but you have a poem in The Truth That Can't Be Told, which is is a very funny poem. Is beauty more than skin deep is what it's called. And it just has a really, really funny twist. I loved it because it was just so succinct and so funny. What kind of made you write that?
Well, it's actually a true story. My mom and dad, they've passed away, so I can tell this story. My mom was someone who liked to augment her beauty with all kinds of, padding and everything, makeup, everything that would enhance her looks. So one morning she came out to breakfast and said, "You know what your dad said to me?" So you'd have to read the poem to find out what that is. But anyway, it is based on a true story. And that poem was actually published in the Orange County Register years ago when one of the columnists who handled the a column about aging, she had a contest on submitting poems about aging. So I submitted that, and it was one of 8 poems that they put in the register. So I got published in the register, actually twice. My poetry is terrible, but I got 2 poems in the register in different years for different contests. So, and that was one of them. But
I just loved it. I just thought it was like really, really delightful. And especially like it relates to even just not aging. I think now, like with so much stuff that you can do and put on your face, like contouring is just basically completely repainting the entirety of your face. It's like, once it's like, who are you?
Yeah, she had that done too. My dad worked in Hollywood, so she was a little, you know, she wanted to keep up with the beauties that he'd see every day. So
I love it. How cool.
I don't go that route. This is au naturel here, except for maybe a little
I know.
here and there.
I like to keep it simple myself.
Yeah.
I don't have the bandwidth. Yeah, okay, so I can't wait. When do you suppose that the Witch Whisperer will be around for consumption?
Well, probably I'll be able to start querying after this. What is this, August already? Oh my gosh. I'm going to say probably in 2022, because I'm going to finish this opening and start querying, and then, oh, hopefully somebody buys it. And, you know, the months go by, and then, you know, there's a publication date. But believe me, everybody will know. I'll be plastering it all over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those places. So,
well, great. We really are going to have to look for that. And you're especially going to want to read The Witch Whisperer after you read Truth's Curse in this anthology, The Truth That Can't Be Told. And there's going to be the working title, like The Truth That Can't Be Told too. And I know, Barb, you're working on a companion piece, Hidden Curse, to this piece. So you guys have got to check it out. You can get this on Amazon, Kindle, all those places you get books if you like. I like a book, so I always buy mine from Amazon. And Barb, tell us where we can get your other anthologies and the name of them.
On Amazon, Kindle, or you can you know, print on demand through there. The Love for Christmas anthology has all holiday, Christmas holiday themed romances. And my story in there is A Witch for Christmas. And the Secrets of Moonlight Cove is actually a contemporary romance, in that Maggie's Mystery Man. I'm also in Romancing the Pages, which was an anthology put together by the Orange County chapter of RWA, called The Man with the Dragon Tattoo, The Guy with the Dragon Tattoo. And then Truth's Curse in The Truth That Can't Be Told.
Well, that is awesome. Everybody go check out those anthologies. And again, I keep saying this, it's like, it's so cool to read these anthologies because they're just 1,000 little pieces with a ton of different ideas that you can just, if you're not like a reader who wants to commit to an entire book, it one little, you know, sitting, and your mind is opened up to all these different stories and ideas. So check out The Truth That Can't Be Told. Barb, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bethany. It's fun.
Yeah, I had fun too. All right, guys, we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.